Have you ever felt like every effort you make is wasted? Like failure follows you no matter how hard you try? This is the story of a young man who believed failure was his destiny, until he discovered that those same failures were leading him to something far greater. And the day he understood this truth, everything in his life began to change. In the small town of Brindlewood lived a 27-year-old man named Liam Carter. Liam wasn't the smartest in school, not the most talented, and definitely not the luckiest. But he had one dream: to build a business that could support his family and give him a life he could be proud of. He worked part-time jobs, saved whatever he earned, and taught himself whatever he could about business and creativity. He believed in hard work, but what he didn't expect was how often he would fail before anything ever worked. His first idea was a small online shop selling handmade wooden phone stands that he carved in his garage. He imagined orders coming in quickly, but days turned into weeks and then into months, and he sold only 2 pieces. One to his neighbor and one to a stranger online. After 6 months of effort, he quietly shut the shop down. He tried again, this time starting a digital design service. He learned graphic design, created a website, posted his work, and waited. But the competition was huge, and no one noticed his page. He earned 0 clients, and another dream slipped through his fingers. His third idea was a small local delivery service. He printed flyers, bought a used bike, and worked long days trying to keep up with orders. But the income barely covered his fuel costs, and the business collapsed within 2 months. By now, his friends avoided the topic of his projects. His family wasn't harsh, but they gently suggested he look for something safer, something stable, something normal. With every failure, Liam felt another weight added to his chest. Embarrassment, exhaustion, doubt. One night, sitting alone on the cold garage floor surrounded by tools and failed plans, he heard a small voice inside whisper, "Maybe you're just not good enough." That whisper hurt more than any failure he had ever faced. One chilly evening, Liam went for a walk around the lakeside, hoping fresh air would clear his mind. He sat on an old bench where an elderly man was feeding birds. After a few minutes, the man glanced at him and said, "You look like someone fighting a long battle." Liam sighed. "I think I've lost more battles than I can handle." "Losing battles," the man replied, "is how we learn to win wars." The man asked about his struggles, and Liam told him everything. Every attempt, every disappointment, every plan that failed. When he finished, the man simply said, "Do you realize what you just told me? You learned woodworking. You learned design. You learned logistics. You learned customer service. You learned discipline. You learned patience. Every failure you described gave you a skill. But none of it led to success," Liam said quietly. "Not yet," the man replied. "But imagine putting all those skills together. You're sitting on a mountain of knowledge you don't even recognize. Failure didn't stop you. It trained you." The man stood, patted Liam on the shoulder, and said, "Don't start something new. Build something from what your failures have already given you." Then he walked away and disappeared into the evening fog, leaving Liam with a spark he hadn't felt in months: hope. Back in his garage, Liam looked around with new eyes. The woodcrafting tools, the design sketches, the leftover delivery bags, the notebooks filled with mistakes. What if none of it was wasted? What if every failure was shaping him for something bigger? He began connecting the pieces. Woodworking taught him craftsmanship. Design taught him branding. Delivery taught him logistics. What could combine all three? Then it came to him, a small brand of custom-crafted wooden items, designed by him, crafted by him, delivered by him. Personalized wooden gifts people could cherish. For the first time, everything made sense. He spent 3 months building the new project. He designed beautiful engravings. He crafted wooden phone stands, key holders, and desk organizers. He offered free doorstep delivery. He worked day and night. And this time he didn't fear slow progress, because he finally understood the value of failure. He launched the brand and called it Crafted Journey. In the first week, he received 7 orders, more than his first business ever had. The next week, 12, then 23. People loved the quality. They loved the designs. They loved the personal delivery and the handwritten notes he added to every package. Soon local cafes reached out for custom menu boards. Small shops wanted display stands. In less than a year, Liam's little project became a stable and growing business, something he could finally be proud of, something built entirely from the lessons his failures had taught him. One afternoon, while packaging an order, Liam remembered the lakeside bench and the man who changed his perspective, and he realized something powerful. Success happened not because he avoided failure, but because he embraced it. Failure wasn't the opposite of success. Failure was a path to success, the teacher he had ignored until he finally understood it. Liam no longer feared failing. He no longer doubted himself. Every setback had shaped him. Every mistake prepared him. Every disappointment strengthened him. And whenever someone asked how he built his business, he always said, "By failing again and again until failure finally showed me the way." Your failures aren't proof that you're weak. They are signs that you're trying, learning, and growing. You might not see it now, but one day you'll realize that every failure was actually guiding you. Failure is not the end. Failure is the beginning of your success. Keep going, keep learning, and keep believing. Because just like Liam, you might one day discover that failure is the secret to your success.